Hello guys and welcome to yet another tutorial on Spaceflight Simulator. Today I will be showing you how to land on Mars and return to Earth safely in one go. Now that is an impossible task if you don't have a space station orbiting Earth, because you will absolutely need to refuel after having made the orbit, because it requires a lot of fuel. Now some adjustments to the rocket because of that are the following. You have these things in each side, which are called RCS rockets, thrusters, which are basically tiny thrusters used in space to direct yourself in order to dock to the space station. Now make sure to have a lot of them and an equal amount of them in each side. Secondarily, we will need the landing port, which is this thing, the docking port I mean, and put it above the parachute in order to dock. Now again, because we are re-entering Earth's atmosphere after all that trip, we're gonna need a heat shield below the capsule, which can withstand up to 6000 degrees Celsius, a separator below, and a parachute above the capsule. So having all that said, we can launch. Now the rest of the rocket is your design, just make sure it has a lot of fuel because it's gonna be a long trip. Now, before I actually launch, I need to show you this thing. This is the ISS, which I have called it that way. It's my space station. It orbits Earth 50 kilometers above, and let me just show you what it looks like and what I plan to do as soon as I dock. You see, this is it. It has a lot of fuel on it, like a lot of fuel, and it has many available landing ports. On one of these landing ports I'm gonna dock, and yes, that's all. I'm gonna also take a lot of its fuel. So I switch back to my rocket, make sure each and every engine is turned on, and then power them. Now for starters, we are going straight up, not tilting at all. We may also time accelerate until we are at 4000 meters. Then we're gonna have to tilt. Also, I'm gonna have to throw the old rockets off. Okay, good. At 4000 meters, you tilt about 20 degrees. So you do that. And now, when you reach until you reach 10,000 meters of height, you need to have tilted 45 degrees. So you do that gradually. Okay, 45, perfection. Now, you need to keep the thrusters on until the highest point of your trajectory is 35 kilometers, or 40 if you are a beginner, but somewhere in between those values, because you see, the higher your highest point of your trajectory is, the more time you will have to create a full orbit around the Earth. So let me just, okay, about 35. Now you make yourself horizontal and you time accelerate until you are at the highest point of your orbit. There we are. And now thrusters on, time accelerate as well, and look, the orbit is starting to form. And you must create the orbit before you re-enter the Kármán line, which is Earth's atmosphere at 30 kilometers. See, the orbit is complete, as the lowest point of our orbit is 33 kilometers. Now, you locate your space station, which is here, navigate towards it, and now the sad thing is that you must wait for a random moment that it will tell you how much speed it needs to meet with your space station. So it's not recommended to time accelerate 100 times the regular speed of time, but 25, or you can do it like that. By the time you have completed a full circle around Earth, there will be a time where it will tell you how much speed it needs. So careful. Wait. I'm very near now. I'm not time accelerating anymore. And there we are. Now we turn ourselves to where the dotted line is, and we give it as much speed it needs. 159 is good, but don't give too much. Be precise. This is a precision job. This is a satellite, a space station, not a planet. Okay, now I also turn on the RCS to be more precise. Okay, that's good. Now we time accelerate until we meet with a space station. Let me adjust. Good. And you see, this is the meeting point. We are of course gonna fix that more, because look, when we get really close, it will show the relative speeds and the relative distances, as you can see. Now my relative velocity is 270. I must decrease that like a lot. So I point to the opposite side and turn the thrusters on until it is close to 20. And look, now it will show us even more precisely. See, the velocity we have towards it is 21 meters per second, and the side velocity is close to 0. But you can see we can time accelerate, and the side velocity is starting to increase, which we must fix with the RCS. What we care about is the actual velocity now. And because our trajectories are different, there's always gonna be an annoying side velocity you have to fix. So time accelerate. Our relative position is at 160 meters, 1600 meters. Okay, good. Below 900 now. At 500 meters you can also zoom out, because your space station should be visible by now. Look. So you can have a better idea about the speeds and the distances, you know, all that stuff. Now, make sure to not crash into your space station, it would be a shame. Lower your velocity. But not... Okay, now I'll have to close the thrusters, they are too powerful, because this is a precision job. I'm now only using the RCS. I point with my nose, because the nose is where the docking port is. And we're getting closer. No, I messed up a little. I pressed the wrong RCS thing. And now I'm docking at one of those ports. I prefer the last one. Careful to not destroy anything. Missed it by a bit. Come on. Dock. Docked. Okay, now what we'll need to do is, look, we only have 50% fuel. That's not enough. It's a long trip. So you transfer the fuel by tapping in each tank, and you time accelerate because it takes a lot of time. And it still needs more. Well, that's the same. We're gonna give it, because this is a long trip, as I said. Do not give less. Now, since we have refilled, we can now press the landing port, so to undock and get away from the space station. Now you can also time accelerate. See? Bye bye. Now we're on our own again. We rename ourselves if we want to. Look. Wait. Okay, we're this guy. We rename ourselves to Rocket because it is annoying that our name is again ISS. You see, we have docked, that's why it does that. And now we zoom out to locate Mars. Now we're on our way. And we time accelerate as much as we can until Earth reaches this transfer window, this thing right here. And I know this may seem slow, but this is max time acceleration, so we just wait. And transfer window is a moving point. So it worsens our progress. Yes. But be careful, when we reach the transfer window, do not overdo it with time acceleration. You need to decrease it, to not miss it. Not yet. Now. Okay. Zoom in again. Look, the transfer window is right here. Now we are this guy, so we time accelerate until we are at the transfer window. Actually, RCS off, it's a waste of fuel. I'm just bored that I have to do this, the manual thing. And now it needs a lot of speed, but we must give it. So point at where the dotted line is and open the thrusters and time accelerate. It's gonna take some while. 450, don't overdo it. 250, 150, no time acceleration. 50, 40, and good. Now it's not over yet. Locate Mars again and look at your encounter. Look, see that? We can make it a little bit better with like, let me see. No, the other side. Okay, I turn myself to the other side and you will see what I will do to save fuel. I turn myself to the opposite side. Look how slow it turns. Come on, turn. That's what happens when you don't want to open the RCS. Bad things happen. Okay, good. Enough. Look, very tiny, alter our trajectory so it is closer to Mars. Now, make sure to not surpass the atmosphere of Mars, which is at 20 kilometers. We need to be just above. Okay, this is too risky. Enough. You see the Mars atmosphere, let's say the Kármán line of Mars is at 20 kilometers. And we need to be just above that. So now we time accelerate to the max. And we wait until the encounter happens. We have exited the Earth's atmosphere. And we're on our way, right here. We're gonna further fix our trajectory, of course, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. Don't lag and don't overtime accelerate because you're gonna miss it. And look, now we're gonna further fix our trajectory. Now, make sure it is a little bit above 20 kilometers. That's, as I said, there begins the atmosphere. So about 25 or so. Again, this is for saving fuel, it's important. Fuel is not free even though we refilled. Okay, 25 kilometers, good enough. Now we need to get to that exact point. So we time warp like here. And now we turn ourselves to the opposite direction in comparison, to the opposite direction of where we're going. My English is perfection. Now, and open the thrusters. At first, seemingly nothing happens, but look, this line is starting to alter. And look, this is our orbit. We have created an orbit. Now, what we need to do, we are at a crashing course, as you can see, at the worst point of Mars, but we are not gonna go into Mars that way. What we're gonna do is the following. Again, time accelerate a bit until we are at the highest point of our orbit, which is at 41 kilometers. And now point to the other side. Of where we're going again. And full. And thrusters at their maximum efficiency. Thrust, not efficiency. So it lacked a bit weight. Okay, you see what happens? We're gonna fall exactly down. No side velocity. Exactly downwards. So we're gonna make that line straight. Look. Now zoom in to be more precise. And you've gotta make these lines match. Why does it do that? Okay, somewhat good. We open the RCS. We're gonna need it. And we turn this way. And now we time accelerate. At 20 kilometers we have entered Mars atmosphere. But not to worry, because the speed which we are going will result in us not burning up. Well, temperatures will increase, but not dramatically, and no part is gonna burn up, trust me. Now you're gonna have to be ready, have the thrusters ready at maximum speed, because at about like 4,000 meters we're gonna have to start decreasing our velocity. Okay, started. See, we didn't burn up. But now this is a precision job and I'm lagging a bit. Zoom out to have a better perception of how fast are you going and what's your height and stuff. You know, that kind. See, the gravitational pull is lower. Open the parachutes, which are not very effective, but still, we need them. Zoom out to land, safer. Make sure to not crash. And we have landed. That is hard. I have to admit that is one of the hardest things of the whole trip. Now we have 21% fuel, and let's hope it's enough, because if it's not, those are sad news. Okay, turn the RCS off, they are a waste of fuel. Now that we've landed, we don't need them. You see, what we're gonna do now, but trust me, it's much easier, and it needs much less fuel than Earth needs. We need to create a full orbit around Mars. So off we go. No time acceleration, this is gonna be very fast. About 25, cut it. Because you have no fuel to waste anymore. 15%. Why is it falling? No. I missed the off button a couple of times. And now, turn yourself horizontal. 14%. It's gotta be a precision job. No, don't overdo the time warp. And when you're at the highest point, as exactly the same as Earth, to be honest, open the thrusters. And hope that doesn't take a lot of fuel. Until it is a full orbit. %. Yeah, it's probably gonna be enough. I don't know. Okay. See, the lowest point of our orbit is 20 kilometers. At 20.8, which is right above 20. And now, the moment of truth. Zoom out, locate Earth, navigate towards it. And now, time accelerate until Mars is at the transfer window, which is gonna take a while, as you can see. But we're gonna get there. With 6% of fuel, it will require an amount of speed. And I sure do hope we have enough fuel to fulfill this speed. Lower the time acceleration, we are very close. And we're here. Where's the transfer window, my friend? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Time accelerate until you're there. Okay, turn yourself to where the dotted line is. This is called living on the edge. There is no excess fuel on this aircraft, it's all needed. Alright, now tell me that's enough. 500. I'm gonna try something. Okay, 500 it is. Okay, now be careful. No, don't lag on me. It's not right. Now when it reaches 0, again, it's not over. It's over. 1.4%. Guys, it's enough. No way, actually. The best tutorial on the internet. Living on the edge. Imagine if this was a real mission, like, okay, yeah, you have like 1.4%, so what? Now, we need, in order to not waste fuel, because it will not be enough if we encounter Earth and we are this far out from of crashing into it, there's not gonna be enough fuel. We need to make it closer. So, we do this. While we're still up there, far away, we alter the trajectory. No, I missed it. I overdid it. Oops. Okay, no worries. I turn myself to the other way. Because I kinda overdid it, you know. Minor inconvenience. Okay, I'm looking the other way. Dude. It's even the smallest of movement. Dude, it influences it so much. Like, so much. I'm not gonna miss that. It seems too stupid to be missed. But we must influence it from here. I mean, if we get there, it's a lost cause. We don't have enough for that. No. Waste so much, dude. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I'm not gonna fail this one. Oh, it was off. Jesus. Okay, upon the other. I have lost all the sides now. Okay, I'm gonna make it this time. Slowly, gradually. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. And excuse me for all this back and forth stuff. Now it's gonna be fixed. With this simple trick. Not the moon. And be prepared to cut it off. Okay, good. End of the story. Now wait, time accelerate. The encounter is right there. Come on, we have to make it now. And warning, do not throw off the rest of the rocket yet. It's gonna influence your trajectory greatly. Wait for the encounter. Do not miss it. Not worth missing this time. Enter the sphere of influence. Don't worry, this is my ISS that's going back and forth. Time accelerate. At 30 kilometers, just before 30 kilometers, throw the stuff out. The rest of the rocket. Just before you enter though, not earlier. $70. Okay, throw it off. Do it the other way, don't lag on me. Oh no, it's gonna start distracting. Don't destroy me, don't destroy me. Dude, my greatest fear. It's actually a part like flying off and killing the capsule. 4,500? Okay, it's reached this, the temperature has reached its maximum at 4,700 degrees. You see, out of 6,000, which is how much the heat shield actually resists. So you can see that the mission is successful, but not yet, because our height is lowering, and at about 300 meters you pull the parachute. But not earlier. I mean, you can do it, but it's not worth the wait, you see. Our velocity is already too small due to the friction created by the atmosphere. Because yes, Earth has a pretty thick atmosphere. 1,000 meters, 900, 800, 600, 500, 300. Half deployed and then fully deployed. 100. $50, 30, 20, 10, 0. Now that's a mission. Well, what can I say? Look at all these things. At the log. Yes, some few things you see. Now, anyways, that's all for today. GG, and thanks for watching as always.